Guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Marquee matchups prediction time, week 3. If you didn't watch the video last week, he hit all the marquee matchups, basically all the marquee matchups, all 4 of them. The exception of I had Italy versus Poland, and it was actually Italy versus Netherlands. Other than that, get him spot on. So we're going at it again this week. See if we can or something for you this week. So as you can see up here on the screen, we have footbin.com. And we have Ligue 1 and price range of 500K. So I think there's 2 potential matchups from, actually, sorry, 3 potential matchups from Ligue 1 this week. We have PSG versus Nice, Lille versus Lens. So PSG versus Nice. Lille versus Lens is versus 3. And Monaco versus Montpellier, 5 versus 6. So it could be any one of those teams that are in team marquee matchups this week. So as you can see, I have it sorted from 500 to 1K. You got Sergio Rico is 500. So I would expect Ligue 1 to be maybe like a 75 rated, 74 rated, something like that. So you got Sergio Rico, the guys that might be in. You got Marcos Lopez. You have Ruben Aguilar, Stefan Jovetic. You have Morgan Schneiderlin, Soquay, Mavadidi. What else do we have? Jeka for Lille, Bubakari Samare. All those are 500 coins. I know it's sorted by 500 to 1,000, but I'm saying probably stay under the 700 coin range because there's Sniper, Casper Dolberg, Rene Adelaide, Savigny, Dante. Some of these guys are good nationalities, so they could either require French or they could require Ligue 1. So I'm saying they're probably going to require like 1 Ligue 1 player, minimum 2. Chemistry is probably going to be in the 75 range. So just look at these. I'd actually keep probably 650 and under. I think there's plenty of guys in here that you can get. Snag them. And when marquee matchups drop, that's when you sell. Sell within the first hour. Thursday, once I saw that, I went through my and sold a few silvers. I think a couple golds. So I basically told you all what to buy last week, and I didn't buy anything. Not because I didn't trust myself. It was basically I just kind of forgot. So that's what I would do. So again, for Ligue 1, we have PSG versus Nice. It looks like Sergio Rico is about the only PSG player that's probably under that 700 coin range. You may have to go a little bit higher. PSG, probably the exception to this one. That you can go a little bit higher with that if you want, because PSG players usually they're required for marquee matchups or SBC. They tend to go up a little bit better than the rest of players. Look for probably 75 rated squad or whatever. I have to pause the video. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. So, like I said, PSG has they tend to go up a little bit more, so you could go a little bit higher with PSG players, but as far as and even maybe a couple Lille players, but you got Jose Font, like all these guys are low enough that you should be able to snag them. They'll sell for like the lower non-rare golds will sell, probably 900 to 1,000 coins. So you'll make 300 to 400 coins, 300 to 400 coins per card on that. That's where I would stick there. So we got, like I said, recapping PSG Nice, Lille Lens, and Monaco and Montpellier. So let's keep that same price range and do Premier League. Premier League. And we're going bottom up. So Premier League, I think there's two potential matchups this week. One that I suspect is going to get in is going to be Liverpool versus Everton. So it's obviously probably going to require. So this one, let's narrow it down. Let's wait a minute. Why is it not making trim? I like how it doesn't. Okay, so we got Premier League, Everton. So we'll start with Everton. So here it's going to be a little bit harder. But I think at the same time, look, we're early enough in the game. People want to do SBCs. They want packs. They're trying to pack their players. So Wobie, Seamus Coleman, Fabian Delph, Michael Keane, Mason Holgate, Gylfi Sigurdsson, Ben Godfrey, Jordan Pickford. So I would stay probably, from Theo Walcott down, where you'll probably make your best points there. Again, remember, I'm saying 300 to 400 per card. These aren't going to be huge sells, but they're like literally multiply. If you get 50 cards and you sell them for 300 to 400, that's 20K in an hour. So, that's what I'm saying for Everton. Everton, with it being Prem, you can go a little bit higher there. That is what I would look at for Everton. Liverpool is probably going to be a little bit harder, but you might be able to make a little bit more off of these as well. Yeah, so literally any of these guys here be able to flip easy. Adrian, Harry Wilson, and Marco Grujic probably going to be the one to look at the most. Mikas and Milner are going to be your next one. Snag those guys. Those guys you may be able to flip for 500 coins. Go look at those. That's the matchup I expect to get in because it's Everton #1 versus Liverpool #5. The other one I think could get in, and I don't know. For me, this is a little bit of a toss-up. It's going to be Arsenal and Manchester City. But I mean, my first choice would be Everton Liverpool. Here you have some decent options. You got basically from Zed Kolesniak way down to Bukayo Saka. You got Cedric, Callum Chambers, Maitland-Niles Holding, Socrates, Gabriel, Granit Xhaka. I literally just read them all off, and you guys can figure that out. These guys, you probably this is Prim, Arsenal. So this particular marquee matchup is probably going to be 78, maybe 79 rated. Maybe. So these guys are a little lower rated, but you can still go there. I mean, obviously, these four here be the ones that you look at the most. Chemistry is probably going to be 80. I'm saying it's going to be one from each club. So one Arsenal, one Manchester City, one Everton. Um, so and look to pick these up during squad battle reward, and they're going to be their lowest. Um, I think the market is going to be its low at its lowest point either tonight or this being Saturday night or Sunday. Then it's going to slowly start rising up next weekend. Thursday, Friday, probably Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday. Everybody's going to be buying their weekend league teams, so a lot of this stuff is going to be going up. You're going to have pack supply, and that's Arsenal. Go check out, see what they got. Good, I can just type in man, and it brings it up. Yeah, you literally have two cards. Okay, Cinco and Foden. So yeah, I would probably. Yeah, I hate to tell you to like load up. I mean, because you could make some from this, or you could lose. So yeah, I don't know what to do here because there's not a lot of options for Manchester City in that price range. You can go a couple. I mean, these get they're rares, so they're going to sell one way or the other. Again, you can make 300 to 400 coins if they're not in. They are in. You can make 5 to 600, 500 or whatever. There's the two guys from Manchester City that I would look at, but I think has the biggest chance to be Everton Liverpool. And going back to the Ligue 1 matchup, I think the biggest potential there is probably Lille Lens, number 2 versus number 3. Um, Coming off international break, so they're going to want to come out with, probably come out with some pretty big matchups this week. So take a look at those. Stay in that price range. If you have a feeling it's Everton Liverpool, might be able to go a little bit over that if you want, but be careful over invest. All right, let's head to Serie A, our next set of matchups. There's actually two really big matchups in my coming up, and it's Atalanta versus Napoli and Inter versus Milan. So I'm just going to kind of leave it here. I think yeah. So you got stay within this 500 to 1K range. Um, there's plenty. I think there's plenty of cards because, my opinion, there's not a lot of hype around Serie A right now. I think a lot of people using Prim, Bundesliga, and La Liga. Personally, I have a hybrid La Liga Ligue squad. Um, so see all these guys in here: Darmian, Diego Delo, you know, yeah, Rento Torres, Di Lorenzo, Era, and what I would say to do, you can get these guys on bid. So like if people are listing them for 350 bid, try to bid these guys. Get these guys under what they're listed at on Footman because then you're gonna you might make a few. That's what I like to do. Like, Ashley Young, good nationality, you know, Italy, England, Spain. Look for the nationalities with the good links. Haisaj isn't really a good link because he's vodka. Whoops, sorry, he's Russian, Slovakian. I can't. I don't know my flags. Um, be careful with that. Look at how much there is under. This is how kind of non-hyped Serie A is. So I would stay probably under. I'd stay 700 and under here. Might for Inter in AC might have to go a little higher. Atalanta actually, there's a lot, kind of a little bit of hype around Atalanta. You got Hans Hateboer. Might struggle to find some guys from Atalanta that are. So if you have to, you can go a little bit higher. Napoli, you should be able to find a couple in there. But I wouldn't go. Don't go over 750. Try to get them on bid tomorrow afternoon. Squad battle rewards time, kind of things. If I had to guess, I'm going Inter versus Milan. Atalanta those first, Napoli's in fifth, so they're both huge games. Either one, so I'm gonna be snagging a few guys from each club, and hold on my transfer list until marquee matchups time. If I make a few coins, I make a few coins. Hey, I will tell you something that happened to me already. The menu's being laggy this year. I actually was trying to bid on a card, and instead of bidding, it did buy it now for 10K. I lost my booty on that card, but you know how I made it back? I went and sniped a bunch of non-rare golds that are used in keys, sold those things like that for about 500 to 600 coins, and I made probably 20K within it. That was actually the news. That's what I'm looking at for Serie A. Serie A is probably going to be 70 or 75 rated as well. Premier League will be the highest rated one in my opinion. Then we'll go to La Liga, and I think that'll be the second highest rated. So I'm 77 rated. Go to La Liga. This one I might have to do because I'm not familiar with some of their. Oh, actually, it was good. So I think potential matchups in La Liga. You got Real Betis versus Real Sociedad, second versus third. That's the matchup that I expect. Villarreal versus Valencia could be another one. That's fourth versus eighth, but I'm kind of leaning more towards Betis versus. You got plenty of guys here under. You got this guy, Gato, Ralbo. There's Valencia on me. Reno. I mean, there's plenty of guys under 500. It's probably this one's probably going to be 70 rated. So just stay within the means here. Go to the next page. What there's plenty under 600, 700. So I would stay within that range. Again, they're required like I'm saying, don't go hog wild. I'm gonna get probably normally what I do is I get about 5 or 6 from each club. And then I sell those within the first hour the squad battles comes out, and I generally make anywhere from 5 to 15K. It just depends on my time, which is limited because of my job. That's what I think there with a Liga matchup. I will bounce over to Bundesliga because there's one pretty, I would say, big matchup for this early in the season. And it's not Bayern, not Dortmund, any of those. It's going to be Augsburg versus RB Leipzig. I started to say Red Bull versus RB Leipzig. It's 1 versus 2 in the Bundesliga. So that's a pretty big game this early in the season. So you got Heinrichs there. Yeah, I think Augsburg might have trouble finding players from deep. Yeah, this one might be the one that you look to. All right, Kai. he had a team of the week last week. That's a card to look at. Yeah, our Danny Olmo, which he hasn't informed. His gold card is actually out of pack, so be very careful with that. Goilo, or I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but he's a look. This might be the one, Strobel. This might be the one where you look to make a few, because there's not many under that 750. Under 750. I mean, granted, I have this searched from 500 to 1,000 coins, but I think the potential is there to make a few more here. So I'm looking at Augsburg, RB Leipzig as a pretty sure probably in, because I like to think there's going to be one from each league, big league. It's not always the case, and it's a little harder to predict this year because I guess a lot has changed from a FIFA's perspective this year. Like, I'm seeing some of the sites that I use are not doing a lot this year, and I'm not sure why. So this is kind of a little bit harder this year, but hey, I'm doing my best to give you guys some potential investment opportunities for marquee matchups. So if it helps a little bit, then hey, I'm happy. Because nothing else, like if you look good national, and you get it for under what I'm telling you to get it under or right at, you're still probably going to make a couple hundred coins. It may just not be as much, may not be as quick, but hopefully it still works. So one more potential matchup. Go to Ganos. This one I kind of think is on the outside looking in this week, but I know it's usually in because it's one of the two big matchups in Liga NOS, and that's Sporting CP versus FC. See all these guys here for 500. Jardel's been right. Claudio there. Remy. Bata. Vera. There's plenty of guys there. If Liga NOS is in, I'm going 75 rated on that one probably. So these guys will just suffice. Again, there's not a lot here, so this is another one that you can potentially look at. Look at Brazilian, Portugal, popular nations. Plenty of, Argentina would be another one. Look at the nationalities that you can. If it doesn't get in, the nationality is still there. There's the Diego Jota objective. Players. Stay away from goalkeepers if you can. If not, don't worry about it. Try to grab. Use your goalkeeper. Grab a goalkeeper. Use it in your club, and then use the other positions to make your coins. So I would stay probably here. I would stay under 750 coins here as well. Try to get them on bid and see how that fares for you. So I'm going to give you my top 6 matchup selections, and I'll give you the other ones. I would say my probably top one is going to be Everton versus Liverpool. Second is probably Inter versus Milan. Third is probably, I'm going to say, Real Betis versus Sociedad. Fourth would be Lille versus Linz. Fifth would be Augsburg versus RB Leipzig. Sixth would be Atalanta versus Napoli. Those are my top 6 right there. And then we got PSG versus Nice, Manchester City versus Arsenal, Villarreal versus Valencia, AS Monaco versus Montpellier, and Sporting versus Porto. So kind of a lot of options there. You can if you stay within those top 6, I think you're going to make some coins. The other ones, not as sure. Um, so the one that I think could get, so I'm saying maybe Augsburg versus RB Leipzig doesn't get in. Sporting versus Porto could. That's probably what I see there. I think they're going to go big matchups this week. Obviously, coming off the international break, big games early in the season. A little bit of a little bit of separation needed. So we'll see how that fares. So I appreciate everybody checking it out. Check me out on Twitter, Hunter1974 Ghost. Drop your questions. Twitch.tv/GhostHunter1974. Live at least 2 to 3 days a week right now. It's generally Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Smash the thumbs up if you like it. I'm losing my train of thought. Guess I need to get out of here. Appreciate you guys. Let me know if you got questions. Have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll see you in a video soon.